Does he have headphones?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Three,
Yeah, no, he's
two,
listening.
1.
I bought, by the way, me and Emily got our costumes for Courtney's costume party.
Did you?
You're going to fucking dress up too, bitch.
Well,
Bitch
I
number
have
one.
to now.
Yeah.
I have to now.
We have the best costumes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you. I wasn't going to tell you because I was going to wait till we showed up, but I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Emily's a nun, like a semi-sexy nun, and I got a priest costume. I tried to get Reagan, couldn't find it. I tried to get Reagan a kid's Pope costume because I thought that would be funny.
Should be an altar boy.
That's what I said. I also found Jesus costume. I think that's pretty funny.
That would be amazing.
She just wants to be Wednesday Addams straight through. That's her Wednesday Addams wig.
Dude, that's what
Is she?
Maddie's going to be.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's got a hand and everything.
Yeah.
It actually moves.
Yeah, she's got the
Weird.
hand too downstairs.
Yeah,
The
I
one she
think
bought.
it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it move?
No, it doesn't move.
Okay, this one does.
No, this one I can pin to her shoulder and stuff. Yeah. So
Oh man, like I guess I gotta figure something out.
figure something out.
Yeah,
Because I've never dressed
She's
up for a
got-
Halloween party in my entire life.
I did
I'm
one
doing it this
time. I did
Yeah.
one time, and I was a box of wine. I just don't know if I can compete with that.
Yes, you
like
can.
I mean, I can because it's different side of the country, so
Sure.
it doesn't
matter.
Doesn't count.
You can double up costumes here. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm not gonna do box.
My priest costume
Here's
came with
my
a
thing.
giant gold cross
Uh-huh.
necklace.
Right.
So I broke it off and super glued it upside down.
I love where this is going. So here's my thing on costumes. Like here's my thing on
suck?
yeah, they're terrible.
They're hard to wear, dude.
Well, so go beyond like just like a traditional costume that you just put on clothes,
Yeah.
right? Other than that, I mean that's fairly straightforward.
Depending on the clothes, but yeah.
Sure. I'm saying clothes are,
Yeah.
you can make something happen, right? Here's my list of not gonna happens with Halloween costumes at this point moving forward.
Sure.
Really, like I'm not gonna paint my face.
Yeah, I mean,
Not doing
that's
that.
rough.
I really don't want to wear a full mask.
Yeah, you can't do that.
because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's inefficient. It just sucks.
Yeah.
And then, like, so above and beyond, like, those two are big ones for me. And the third one would be, like, that I broke the rule on was with the box of wine. Like,
Yeah.
I built that thing to suit my needs.
Yeah.
So, like, I had a cigarette holster.
Yeah,
I
sure.
had a cell phone holster. Like, but you can't ever sit down.
No,
Like, it's just,
like,
it's fucking bananas.
The thing with costumes is like when you go to a costume party, it's like if you go the mask hole like deal route, like you just end up without the mask and then you're just dressed weird.
Yeah, you're just
Women
dressed
have it
like-
easy. Like half of them just dress like something and the other half do like the sexy thing,
Right.
which is I'm all in for, bud.
Sure. Of course.
And like, but you're just wearing what you basically would wear.
right. Like, I'm going to.
Like most of them, yeah, I mean,
Like, by all means, like, I'll stare at Halloween titties all night. And it's because it's a fucking costume. Like, it's a free pass if it wasn't already.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
you know what I mean? Like, if for some reason your
Like-
girl is insecure,
sure.
like,
Or amongst the wrong people.
sure. Yeah. As long as, like, even if that's the case,
Yeah.
right? Every other day of the year, that's the case.
Yeah.
But for Halloween, it's like,
No holds
it's a
barred.
fucking costume.
Look, if you're a female and you're not dressing slutty something, don't care what it is, librarian, nurse, nun, doctor,
Right.
don't care. Construction worker,
Seriously.
you better be in real costume. Like you better have your face painted, blood
Yeah, I
better be
want
dripping
bullet
out of your
holes.
eyeballs.
Right, I want
Seriously.
bullet holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be sexist, but I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's our
matter.
Podcast. We can say what we want.
Seriously. Put on lingerie, go to stripper. I don't care. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Right.
Or have
And,
your head in your hands
Right.
somehow. I don't care how you
and
do it.
if for the other girls that are out there, the other females that are out there that are like, that's bullshit. I'm not doing that. That's fucking ridiculous. Why would you ever do that? You're insecure and you're a whore.
Yeah, you're just lame.
Yeah, you suck. I meant whore in like a suck. You suck.
Yeah,
way.
yeah, no, yeah,
No, you suck and not in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Way, yeah.
Right.
No, you're
Because-
right.
I mean, again, that's like you have two like passes. Really,
Like, it is kind of a double standard. Like, and that's okay. I'm okay with it, and everyone should be okay with it. Like, nobody wants to see a sexy police officer man.
No one wants to see that.
Like in short
shorts. I do
shorts.
not want to say there.
I don't even care if you look good.
Camel tail.
Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't want to see your sack hanging out of your shorts of your police officer costume. Nobody does. You know why?
However, Reno 911, if you dress up like that, it's going to be funny.
Yeah, but that's
But
like,
you're not going as like a sexy dude cop.
You know why? Because it doesn't matter how good looking you are. The male body's terrible.
Yeah, no one wants to see your dick. Like
dicks
your
are
dick
ugly.
print.
Balls, no matter how young you are wrinkly and gross and saggy. Like, no one wants to see that.
Yeah, it's an afterthought. It's like what women have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, like
God bless it.
yeah, like you
gonna
have to
start
deal
breathing,
with
bud.
this, right? But also, you're hopefully going to get taken care of for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Or in this world, that's not the case anymore. Two people have to work. But
True. Today's daily dose of debauchery is wine. I know you're super pumped about it.
yeah,
However,
keep my
comma,
eyes open.
the one wine I found you liked was bourbon barrel aged Cabernet. Do you know what this is?
Bourbon barrel aged Cabernet.
Hey, right. This is the Josh Reserve Cabernet bourbon barrel aged charred oak barrel. So, I thought maybe I connect this and you might like it since you liked the Deer Shack. The Buck Shack
Buckshot.
was really good. And I don't drink anything besides Cabernet, so for the most part, been really back into wine. This has got a story too.
Of course it does.
You're goddamn right.
I feel like that's probably where alcohol stories started.
You're probably
These
right.
wine bottles, right? I mean,
we've had lots of Josh before. I don't know if you haven't probably, but in your presence, there has been lots of Josh sellers before.
Yeah, I'm not completely unaware of that. I mean, knowing.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yes. Story on this bottle says, our rustic and robust bourbon barrel aged Cabernet Sauvignon is aged for 2 months in bourbon barrels, imparting notes of cedar, caramel, and subtle hint of bourbon, which blended harmoniously with flavors of baked black fruits and hints of barbecued meats. The noise is, it's hard to read because this thing's like textured.
Yeah.
The nose is rich and complex with aromas of dark chocolate, vanilla, and coffee. This wine is full body with rich tannins and lingering finish. So like this, when I read that at the store, like I just think like this is going to be dry. It's going to be deep. I think this is going to be deep.
Okay. So like 100% that's where like
Stories
bourbon
started.
bottle stories and Kentucky and like whiskey stories came from. And like the way that they talk about it, the wine is the OG for those type of things.
Tastings and such. Yeah.
Like tastings, yeah.
Yeah.
And we got a bonus. While we get to open my CalPERS packet. I haven't worked for the state of California in over 2 years, and yet here it is. So I wonder what that's all about. We're going to find out.
Open that thing up. We're going to let these breathe. Let the bouquet open up, and then we'll dig into those a little bit. I'm going to have a freaking smoke, dude. I got I pulled out the little dry age cigars that don't have to be humidified, the little small ones. So if you want one of those, you're more than welcome. Of course, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let's see what this is. If
tell
we're
you right now, I'm
celebrating
gonna
or
have
if
to
we're
pee.
burning something.
I'm going to tell you right now, the amount of times the state has come at me and said that they owed me money has been pretty low. It's probably nothing. It's probably like an end of the year report. Is that what it is? What does it say?
Hashtag not worth my. You previously elected to terminate your membership.
Oh, Jesus.
Blah, blah, blah. What CalPERS. Receive a refund of your contributions and interest. You received a refund of these contributions and interest October 25th, 2022.
Yep.
Your previous employer has made adjustments to your account, which resulted in additional contributions being owed to you.
Oh, my God. How much is it?
The total of the additional contributions owed to you is, drumroll please, $29.88. And I have to fill all this bullshit out.
It's going to take more of your time and money to send that back than it's worth to get $29.88.
I mean, this is crazy.
But hey, bud, California doesn't get to keep any of our fucking money. You get that
I'm
money.
Getting that money. The rest of this is just like...
Aren't they just going to scalp it off the top for the taxes they want?
Yeah, 100% I'm getting taxed 40% for this. I'm going to get $14.
$14?
I'm going to get $14. You know what I want to do? I want to get that $14 and I want to utilize that money.
Donate it to someone running against Gavin Newsom?
Yeah. I want to donate this $29.88 minus taxes to the Republican Party of California.
Seriously. That's hilarious. I'm going to go on real quick on my phone and turn on.
I mean, these fucking clowns just took $12,000 from me. 12 grand. In case you guys want, I can say it now because they already they took it out. They took $12,000 from me, and they're giving me back $29.88. That $12,000 they took from me was from the same company, Franchise Tax Board of California.
What's his name? Same Lee or something like that? Lang?
Yeah, Wang Lee or something. I don't know. Yeah, so they decided that was a lot.
And they owe you $29.
They owe me $29.88. And
imagine.
And you bet your ass I am getting that motherfucking money.
Hey, bud, they're getting better because the last time I heard about California fucking up an estimation, it was in the billions. So,
yeah, no, that's I was, to be honest, kind of hoping that was the case here, but it's not. Yeah.
Can you imagine? We owe you $1 billion. What?
I talked to
get out of the way, Cole Hauser.
Talked to Pando the other day.
What'd he say?
He wished me a happy birthday, which was cool. And I was I didn't want to get into it. I wanted to ask like how it was going there, but I pretty much already knew.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, man. I mean, they've got like Third Watch. They're getting rid of jobs. Like they're shutting down the yard 2 days a week during the week.
Well, yeah.
So that so that they can get rid of I think an S&E, at least one S&E position. Sure. On Third Watch. It's a crazy thing that they're doing.
Really? Why are you doing this, Lighter? Okay.
It's super interesting.
Well,
I mean, it's like
they want to shut down. They want to shut down prisons, man.
Yeah, they want to shut down.
And California's at the lead of it.
Yeah.
Like the left as a whole, and I say that not trying to be like, really polarizing or anything. And I don't mean to be that way, but it's just how it is. The left as a whole. That's the wrong way. Wants to shut down prisons. Which is exactly why they're doing the the $900 or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're just getting let go. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is they just want to shut them down because they think it costs too much money, but they'd rather have criminals on the street. And California, being the left as it is heading the charge of it, and it's apparent they're shutting them. They're literally shutting them down. And the ones they're not, they're cutting people.
How many did they shut down when we were there? 2?
3.
3. So they had they had shut down the third one after you left, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they shut down.
They shut the one up down in High Desert.
Yeah.
They shut down the one reception center in North Central. I can't remember.
Shit.
I know. Yes. I can't remember, but yes. Yeah. And then they were doing another one.
They have now shut down Chuckawalla.
And they're shutting down Solano.
Yeah.
That's gone.
So Chuckawalla got shut down.
What, 4 or 5?
Maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah. So I mean, we're down.
John told me.
So yeah. So we're down to like less than 30.
Yeah, I think it's under 30 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 34.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like you start letting people out, and some people will say, like I've heard people say like California's shutting down prisons because they're finally letting people out that were in for marijuana charges. It's not true at all.
That's not true at all.
I worked there. You worked there for like a year longer than I did. 2 years longer than I did because you were a year there before me and you were a year there after I left. So I was there for like 5 years. And I don't think one time anybody I looked at was there on marijuana charges alone. It was like they're in possession of marijuana in 2006 when it was illegal. And they're like, okay. And they also killed somebody. You're like, okay, yeah, no, gotcha.
Right. We also got you on that weed charge, though, bud.
Yeah, hey, man, we're going to have those 8 months.
That one really put you over the edge there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. What I think is counterproductive for California in that regard is that PIA is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they're shutting prisons down that don't have PIA, which I think is funny. But
well, it's perfect.
well,
right?
some of them. I mean, they've been trying to shut down Avenal this whole time, but there's a, they build all the metal fab and the wood, all that shit it goes all across the country. I was trying to explain that to somebody the other day.
Yeah, I tried the other day, not too long ago also.
Yeah, I was trying to explain the way that California pays themselves, through PIA.
On slave labor? Let's be real here.
Slave labor, yeah. I mean, so
the highest paid jobs in California prisons are the inmates that work PIA, which is Prison Industry Authority or something like that.
Prison Industry Authority. Yeah.
Okay, they make $1 an hour.
Yeah, I think it's when we left, I think it was 105 or something like that. Medical was pretty close. The
porters in our housing unit, which are basically the janitors of our housing unit, would make 14 cents an hour.
Yeah. Did you ever give anybody a raise?
No.
I was in charge of that in 650. Or I'm sorry, in 610.
Yeah.
I was in charge of that for years, on third watch, because or whatever. We were supposed to give them raises and do all this shit. So at the end, I just gave everybody a raise and left.
I didn't even pay my dudes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, second watch normally did all that for us.
Yeah. Sometimes they'd call and they'd be like, "Hey, you need to pay your porters," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, sure. Fuck off.
I'll give them the 38 cents in my wallet, and they could just be like, "Okay, good."
Yeah. Every hour you work, you can get yourself a ramen.
Let's just be honest here, bud. They cleaned on second watch, right? They mopped, cleaned the bathrooms at 8 a.m. on second watch. I don't fucking think you need to clean at 2 p.m. on third watch the same exact way.
Right.
We can do this once every other day for one shift, to be fair.
Yeah.
You pushed a moist mop around a housing unit for 13 minutes.
On concrete.
On concrete.
You mopped concrete.
Yeah, I don't know.
You threw water at a tiled wall.
I'm serious. You didn't even scrub it. You just got the.
You just threw water.
You got the wall wet in a shower.
Yeah. It's just once a month they'd pull out the buffer and they would buff the showers.
Sure.
On second watch, right before second watch, actually, they would start.
They would start at
5 or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. No, man, too. Don't run that shit.
Because they always can you open the closet?
No, I'm trying to
Edmund, can you open the closet so I get the buffer? And I'm like, I'm waiting for my relief, man. You can fuck off.
Yeah, seriously. You want the keys?
Yeah. You could tell fucking second watch to get the buffer out. Are you kidding me? It's dark outside still.
Yeah. People are sleeping, man. Fuck off.
Yeah, go. Me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. No, man. I'm on my way out. And you woke me up.
There's literally a couple times where I literally got woken up by an inmate. Yeah. And I'm like, do you I wake up and they're I go my eyes and the person says, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, do you not see that I'm sleeping?
What do you mean? Sorry,
is someone bleeding?
Yeah. Is someone dying? Is someone overdosing?
Can I get a partial? I'm like, you can eat that shit out of your ass. Go the fuck away.
Kindly leave. I'm going to tell you once and then I'm going to pull a spray.
We've been hiking every Sunday, and we take toilet paper with us, because you got shit and we got shit. And Emily was trying to pack a roll of toilet paper last week, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Taking toilet paper." I'm like, clearly you've never given out partials. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, watch this. Smashed it, pulled the fucking cardboard out, and pulled out the center. She's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's how you make partials, man. Yeah. Now it takes up less space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good.
We can pack for the apocalypse.
Yeah, seriously. I used to love getting out partials of people that always ask for partials, because I'd give them an obscenely less amount of toilet paper. I'd pull it out to where it was you could get one wipe where you were gonna get shit on your hand, and I'm like, here you go. And they're like, look at me. I'm like,
that's what you get.
You got 2 rolls for the week, bud.
Yeah.
It would take me a month to go through 2 rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is single ply.
I don't give a fuck.
No.
Are you wiping 18 times?
Well, we were wiping with the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we got a memo? Okay, so during COVID, at the very beginning of COVID, when no one could get toilet paper, there was a memo sent out from the warden, or actually from the office.
Taking toilet paper home is stealing state property.
Is stealing state property, because people were fucking putting rolls of toilet paper in their fucking backpacks and bringing them home. I mean,
I don't want that
God
fucking
damn.
college ruled paper in my
I
house.
don't want any of that.
Dude, like, we use the same
Nothing.
toilet paper while we're there.
Zero.
Like, dude.
Yeah, we use the same shit.
People, like, that's a good point. Like, I've met people that, like, are, like, 5-time wipers. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you right now. If that shit doesn't come off of my ass in 2 wipes, like 2 rolls of paper around my hand, that shit's staying on my butt cheeks, man. I'm not wiping a 3rd time.
Yeah, look. You just chalk it up as a loss and
Yeah,
move on.
like-
That's what underwear is for.
Seriously.
Yeah, you just throw that stuff in the fucking wash
Crazy,
anyway.
dude. You crazy.
Yeah, it's so nuts. And people are like, how about the ones that have toilet paper and then have dude wipes? So like they'll do the
They
toilet paper
dry wipe
first.
and then clean it with, like, a wet wipe. That's crazy.
How about the guys that will flush and then dip their toilet paper in the water and wipe
that's just...
as if it's like a dude wipe thing?
Yeah, that's gross. That's what that is.
What are you doing?
Like, first of all, I buy
Chalk it up
Cottonelle.
as a loss.
I buy Cottonelle toilet paper, and I don't care what anybody says. That's the best toilet paper.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, Charmin Ultra is better. I'm like, no. It's because you haven't tried Cottonelle and you haven't wiped your ass with a 1,200 Egyptian cotton fucking dish towel, basically,
Yeah,
essentially,
right.
that Cottonelle is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need more than 2.
Dude, if you if you have to wipe more than twice, two to 3 times. Let's say
Yeah.
2 to 3 times. If you have to wipe more than 2 to 3 times, you need to shit more.
Yeah, or stop gaping your butthole so much that it sprays all over the place.
Yeah, stop eating the food you're eating. Like,
yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like, you're the problem.
I mean, there is those times, man. You ever get those ones where, like, you go to make your first wipe and you hit shit before you hit butt cheek?
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
And you're like essentially scraping.
That's when I start going through like my meals. Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying,
yeah,
okay,
right.
What was this?
Yeah.
And why am I going to eat it again? Because I am.
Yeah.
But
Because
was
it's Taco Bell and it's delicious.
Is it a combo thing? What are we doing? Yeah.
Is it the Mexican pizza with the double decker?
Yeah. What made this a disaster? I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
I'm
weird
with you.
thing. I'll never forget that, man. When that memo come out, I was just
That's
like,
wonderful.
God, people were taking toilet paper.
Well, shit, man. There wasn't any fucking toilet paper.
Well, I get it. I mean, look, if you're a poor planner, you don't buy, toilet paper.
I
by
got
the
fucking
bundle.
lucky, man, because we had just bought in toilet paper like the week before it all went out, and when it was just me and Emily, like a fucking flat of toilet paper lasts us literally 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, forever.
Yeah, that's why you just buy the big one every time.
I
just buy
stopped
the
doing
one.
it. I stopped buying the big one because like the Cottonelle big one is like 24 rolls. It is a ridiculous amount of Cottonelle because Cottonelle lasts so long.
Yeah.
And so I just buy the 12 pack.
But then my lazy part of myself, which that part of my brain takes over a bunch, is like, yeah, but then I don't have to buy for a year.
Yeah.
And
no,
that's
you're right.
pretty
well
cool.
for you. Yeah. It's just you.
Well, no, it's me. It's Courtney's there a bunch, kids, and they use an obscene amount of toilet paper because apparently they don't understand.
I wish I wouldn't have smoked that cigar. That's a stupid idea.
Really?
It's dumb.
Because now it's gross.
No, I just can't taste everything.
Oh,
It's wonderful though. It's wonderful on the nose.
it smells delicious.
No, that's very good. That's not as bourbony barreled as the Buckshack. But the Buckshack one almost tastes like there was whiskey in it. Remember that? It was like, you were like, yo, there's bourbon here.
Yeah.
This one is just like, it's in the background. Like, you get like the charred flavor from that. It's almost like, you know what it's like? It's like you ran this Cabernet through a fucking filter of beef jerky. You like it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy I found that then.
You know what I've noticed though? I don't drink a lot of alcohol anymore.
I'm trying to, I've been moving to really just wine.
Like, I'm probably never going to do that, but I'm
Yeah,
also not
well-
drinking hard alcohol at all. Like, I don't drink any hard alcohol ever.
I had a Jack and Coke before you got here.
Yeah. Like, I just don't. I have...
I take that back. It wasn't a Jack and Coke. It was a Fighting Cock bourbon and Coke.
I'll bet you I'm down to 1 beer a week.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have
And that's being generous.
9 times out of 10, the only mixed alcohol I have is during UFC fights when everybody comes over or we go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And then as far as beer, like I don't ever drink beer unless it's on the podcast here or again, like for events where like we buy a bunch of beer for everybody, you know? So like, and it's Coronas.
So yeah, I had a Corona last Sunday.
I'm not drinking IPAs on the weekends every day like I used to. Now, for the last few weeks, I've been having wine while I'm cooking and at dinner. Like me and Emily will open like a bottle of wine on like Friday night and Saturday night and share one a night each night.
One a night.
But
I don't know if like the 4th of July was the last hurrah for me or something. First of all, well, I mean, I don't know if we ever even really, we kind of touched on it. Like I had stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Probably,
we talked about it.
Yeah. A couple months before my dad died.
Yeah.
And then didn't have a drink until I got here.
Yeah.
And then even then it was not very often.
Right.
It was rare.
I think that I've just found that like, I kind of just, I was thinking about this week. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking pretty in depth on wine. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking like, for probably like the past, probably 8 years for sure. I've known it, but just like didn't really pay attention. Is like, I think I just like wine the best.
Yeah.
Because it gives me everything I need. Like, I cook with it a lot. I drink it and I love it. It pairs well with things that I cook. Mm-hmm. And like it's actually an enjoyment and an addition to your meal if you cook a nice meal and you have a nice bottle of wine that complements it good. Like, so like in that realm, it's perfect. Mm-hmm. And then like it's 13%. So I know that if me and Emily share a bottle, which is 2 glasses each, like I know that I'm not anywhere near drunk. I'm like barely tipsy, especially if I've drinking it from cooking till after cooking. Like I'm fine and I don't wake up at all weird. Like, I have to drink a lot of wine to get drunk, and the wine hangover's terrible. Mm. But it's so hard to do that.
Yeah.
Partially because, like, also, like, wine's fairly expensive. You know, talking about, like, I'd have to drink 2 bottles to myself to be like, I'm going to feel not good tomorrow.
Yeah, I got
And, like, I mean, that's, $40.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I can have a half a bottle of whiskey, and I'm like, probably going to feel bad tomorrow.
Right.
I'm not going to feel bad, but I'm not going to feel good.
Yeah, you're gonna have bubble guts probably.
Yeah,
you're gonna have.
And it's just like I can take a glass of wine, I can drink it for like a half an hour, have some water, I have a soda, I can have whatever with it. I'm not like married to it. Doesn't ever get watered down. Doesn't have to be kept cold. It's fucking room temp. It's perfect. Yeah. Like I was thinking about last week. I'm like, man, I just need to start just sticking to wine most of the time. Except like when I'm somewhere else. Like when I'm home, there's no reason for me not to be drinking wine. I fucking love Yellowtail Cabernet. It's $7 a bottle. I'm all day. Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I just like the stuff we get on here, like when we do the podcast and we'll find IPAs that we like or whatever, or just try shit. Like that's cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not like seeking anything out at the current.
Maybe what people don't understand is like we have those like beers here. Yeah. Like we have them here and like we're not drinking those every day.
No.
It's not to like I'm just not to a point now where I'm like I want to drink a bunch of IPAs like I used to. It's just like I enjoy them for the flavor now more than I like. Like I'm trying to get drunk, man. Yeah. Like I'll just go drink whiskey. Like if something happens in my day that like I'm like I'm gonna have to drown this real quick. Yeah. I'll just go drink whiskey.
Have you seen that movie Cocktail?
No.
Really, like 80s probably.
Who's in it?
Tom Cruise.
Definitely haven't
seen the guy from those movies, FX. You remember that shit back in the day? Long time ago. Anyway, it's exactly what you think. It's about bartenders. You know, and it's pretty good. It's a fucking great movie. Oh, Elizabeth Shue's in it.
Oh, she's a shoe in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
But he has the guy that I can't remember his name, but the guy that did those movies. He'd been in a bunch of movies, right? Older gentleman, whatever. He's like the older dude that takes Tom Cruise under his wing,
sure,
as a bartender, as a good bartender, whatever. Anyway, And he does this speech before he, opens up the bar or, for business. And at the end of it, he goes, but if you just want to get drunk, just order a shot.
Yeah.
He goes through like all these. It's a great movie in general. You guys should watch it if you haven't already. But like that whole speech is hilarious because he's going on about sex on a beach and all this stuff. And he's like, if you just want to get drunk, just order a shot.
Yeah. Man.
Bar's open. And that's it. Like if you want to get drunk, have shots.
Yeah, just drink alcohol.
Right. Because it's going to get you there way faster without getting bloated and full.
Yeah.
And then you can just maintain or whatever, if that's what you want to do or whatever.
Bro, I got to fucking pee, man.
Okay. That's a first on the
Sorry,
podcast.
dude. Keep it going, everybody.
Oh, I got to keep it going?
Yeah, sure. Or you can pause it, I guess, in the edit. That's stupid. Keep it going. I'll be like 2 seconds.
I actually really like this wine. Third one ever. Because he's not going to think that port is an actual wine. Because it's sweet, and I fucking love it. This is literally the third one ever. Pretty fucking good. I like it. Oh, man. 47. That's what I am now. Pretty sure I don't feel Dale over 60. So that's good. That's a good thing. 47. It's a long time. As far as birthdays are concerned. I was going over my... I wonder if I should just make you listen to what I just said, like, before I tell you.
Make me listen to what?
Like, when you listen to this podcast, you're going to be like, oh, that's what he said. No, I'm just saying. This is the... I told the people at home that this was the third wine I've ever liked, but you would only call it 2 because you don't consider port a wine because it's sweet and I love that shit.
That's why I don't consider it a wine. It's just like I don't consider it something that you'd be like, oh, I like that wine. You'd be like, of course you like. It's fucking dessert in a glass.
Yeah. So again, like to prove my point.
Yeah. The only white wine that I like is like a late harvest Riesling, which is basically just like icing in liquid form. Like if you like, it's like basically like it's like sparkling apple cider, but like with alcohol in it.
What's interesting is like everybody knows me knows that like I just am not going to drink wine.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to seek it out. I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm not going to try and find something that I really enjoy. Like because I just think that it tastes like grapes and dirt. But like maybe it's that I just turned 47 and I'm old now, I guess, and maybe old people drink wine plus you. I don't know.
Plus being like young blonde bitches from California.
Sure. But like it's definitely changed. Like that when I had the first sip of it, I was like, I'm not kicking this out of bed. Like I didn't want to be like, nah, this is like, I didn't want to be like, this is really good.
Yeah.
But I did anyway. Like it surprised me.
I think that, I mean, living out here, man, like people just don't drink wine out here. I mean,
no.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do, but like not from a sense of like I spent 30 years, well, like 29 years in like the heart of wine country.
Right.
Like maybe that like, I mean, that definitely pushed me towards drinking wine, obviously, but like.
Did it though? So did people around you drink wine?
No, not really.
So like, that's what I mean. Like,
my mom drinks wine, but she never kept it around.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is like, there wasn't, even though you lived in what can arguably be considered one of the premier areas for wine in this country, for sure.
Yeah.
But probably in the top 5 of the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say. And I don't know shit about it, but I know that Pastoralos and that whole area is just like, that's it, right? Yeah. There's nothing else that really drew you. Like
you're right. I didn't
there wasn't
think about
like
that.
Influences.
No, because like my dad drank beer.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that a lot lately.
My mom didn't really drink at all, hardly. Like, she had wine coolers, bottles of James.
Yeah,
like, that's like what I remember her drinking, like when she would ever drink. Like, almost never.
So when I say that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately, I have not been thinking about how you became a wine aficionado.
I am not.
Yeah, I know. But I've been thinking about, like, influences. Like, what influences people in general to do certain things or to live a specific life or to have, like, a trajectory that they're on.
Towards a certain path.
That on the outside may or may not really make a whole bunch of sense.
Okay.
Right? Maybe or something. Yeah. I mean, just like, I don't know. That's, you know, so you bring that up and I'm like, I instantly was like, well, what did influence you? Because from what I know of you and your family, like, there's not like, you're a wine drinker. That's it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Nobody else in my family drinks wine.
And, like, none of the friends that I know that you have or had, you've ever talked about them, like, drinking wine.
That's true. No, I've never even thought about the Kaylee.
Like, that's it.
When Emily introduced me to Kaylee, it was like it was the best things ever happened to my wine career.
Yeah.
Because it was like she was the first person I met that, like, also really liked wine.
Right.
Because at that time, Emily was just like drinks wine because, like, it had alcohol in it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. And so I'm not saying at all, like, believe me, like,
that is weird.
Geographical area absolutely has a huge influence.
Yeah.
On you as a person in all different aspects. I mean, flip-flops, shorts.
Yeah.
The type of, well, just in general, the type of apparel that you like. I mean, huge influence.
Yeah.
You live in Southern California, you live in California at all, you're wearing flip-flops all the time, man. I come out here, people don't wear flip-flops.
No.
And to the point where, like, people are always like, oh, you're a flip-flop guy. I'm like, I fucking grew, I don't wear anything else.
Yeah.
Like, like, there is only a few months out of the year that I don't wear flip-flops. And it's only because it just doesn't, you know, it's like, yeah. I want to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I want to wear shorts. Like, I don't, but see, that's hilarious because I grew up in Colorado.
Well, I think that's even just hinders it more. It's like, when you can wear it, you should.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you had both influences as far as, like, flip-flop shorts guy from California. You grew up in Colorado, but you kind of had the taste of both. Be like, being in Colorado in, you know, April, and you're like, God, it's still fucking cold and there's still snow around. Right. Like, but if I was in California, I'd be wearing flip-flops right now.
For the last 3 months.
Yeah, for the last ever.
Yeah. And then we were talking the other day, me and Brig were talking about, I don't know, something. We were talking about, like, boots, and I'm like, man, I used to wear Morels is all I used to wear. Yeah. You know, it's because of the department. Like, we wore Morels, and once we got those, we just didn't wear anything else. I don't think I've worn Morels but twice since I've been here, and it was because we were on the boat and it was cold as fuck. Yeah. That's the only reason I wore those boots. Yeah. Otherwise, flip-flops.
Yeah. See, and I like, what's interesting is, like, that's an interesting thing too, is, like, there's two sides of the California thing, right? Well, there's way more than that, but, like, obviously, two to me and you, well, two in our universe. And it's like, there's, like, the California, like, flip-flop shorts, like, nice weather attire that, like, you can enjoy in California, being that it's 70 degrees almost all year round in Southern California.
Minimum. Yeah.
But then there's, like, these other, like, smaller sects of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Styles, I guess, is a good word. That's like, I grew up with a mom and a dad, well, a dad and a mom that, like, were heavily influenced by, like Southern California, like Orange County, Huntington Beach style music. Offspring, you know, like Blink-182, like those, like, really Southern California bands that, like, were kind of more towards the greaser side, like they wore, like, Vans and, like, Dickies shorts, or Dickies, jeans, like that style, which is a style that, like, I wear most of the time.
Button up.
Yeah.
Like shorts.
Right. Like my dad, if you saw him right now, he's currently moving. He's in old school Vans and either and he's for sure in Dickie shorts.
Yes.
And either a button up or an oversized t-shirt.
Yes.
That probably is a Lucky 13 t-shirt.
Right. Yep.
like he's still
that
doing
is Huntington Beach to a T.
Right. It's
unless
just like
you're on the beach.
Right.
Or, well, yeah.
It's just like, you know, that whole style. So it's like I kind of take both of those. But it's an interesting thing. Influences are a weird thing, man.
Yeah.
Especially subliminal ones. Like we were talking about the wine. Like, you're right. Nobody I know drank wine.
Right.
But it's everywhere all the time
Yeah.
when you're growing up.
I don't know. It's just, it's interesting. I mean, and then you look at like, not that I wanted to get political about this at all. 'Cause it wasn't, but like.
There's a lot of stuff we need to talk about, though.
I know. Like that. So
let's wrap this Confucius shit up and fucking talk about
where
something
are we
that
at?
matters. I don't know.
Time wise, I don't even know. I didn't
fucking long.
I didn't bother like.
Yeah, setting timer.
But
That doesn't say anything. It's okay. We're rolling.
So, yeah, it's influences are an interesting thing. I'd love to hear about some of them from the podcast folks that are listening.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like, we'll just roll with this. Fuck it. Like, I was going through, like, so since they split me and my partner up at work, like, we've discovered that, like, on Spotify, for, like, the first week, we discovered, like, we could do a jam.
Okay.
Which means, like, me and him could listen to the same, like, playlist at the same time. Like, if I paused it paused.
Oh.
Like, we could listen to it, like essentially it's like one, like, stream.
Yeah. I gotcha.
We only did it, like, once or twice. But he's like, man, like, I didn't realize, like all this, like, music that, like, I knew, like, one song from, like, a band. And it was, like, you know, like, I got him more, like, into Offspring. And, like, I started playing a bunch of, like, Social D. And, like, he was obviously a huge Blink-182 fan. But, like, other like, bands from down there, like, in Southern California. I'm like, that's a whole, like, Southern California, like, punk, ska, kind of, like, rock. Yeah, Sublime, Goldfinger, like all those, like, that's, like, its own category of music. Like, Blink-182 came from, like, San Diego area. Like, that whole Southern California rock. And I was like, dude, like, that's my favorite music.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. It's because of the people I grew up with, obviously.
And it started with the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of went from there. Like, those guys were, like, a punk band, kind of, like, for that time, which is going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I don't care at all for the
not punk in style, but punk in, like
their kind of their style. Like they're because no one else was doing that kind of shit. Well, the Beatles. I mean, I guess.
Well, that's what I mean, though. But, like,
thing.
punk in, like, the sense of, like, you're going against everything else,
right? You're going
like,
against the grain.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
not punk as, like, we know it today as punk rock.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, but it was interesting. So, it's like, he's like, man, I just didn't know. Like, I'd heard, like, one song from Goldfinger. I heard one song from, like, Social D. Or, like, listen, I'm, like, playing them all. I'm like I just take over the playlist, and I'm like, no, this.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's so good. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, if you like Blink-182 and Offspring, like, those are, like, the fucking top echelon of fucking Southern California rock, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to like everything else.
Right.
Like,
and, like, Sublime was the more...
Like, they took the ska side to more the reggae side. Yeah,
they went... It was more like a dive bar acoustic type of deal.
Yeah, and it was... Hey,
I saw him.
Bradley?
In an Orange County dive bar.
Yeah. Before...
Just fucked up.
Yeah,
out of it. It was almost before he died. I mean, it was very so, but it was just like some random place that he just, like, walked into and started playing. It was the fucking craziest thing. But that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, and to kind of, like, end on this, or sort of, like, we went to the Morgan Wallen concert.
Yeah.
Last weekend, and, like, I don't go to a bunch of concerts. Like, the last concert I went to was the concert that me and you went to.
Oh, really?
All of us went to.
I've been to so many. Like, I don't even have a desire anymore.
I don't really, but let me tell you something, man. Like, that stadium was insane.
I'm sure.
It was impressive. Like, I mean, insane. Like, wow. Like, it was fucking cool. The way he does his
intro and stuff.
So that was really cool. He walked out with Tennessee Vols baseball team and won national championship. That was pretty rad. That was Friday. On Sunday, he walked out with Peyton fucking Manning.
I saw that.
In full uniform.
Yeah,
he was hitting his fucking helmet and shit. It was so cool. Anyway, but Friday, he walks out with the head coach of the baseball team.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the national championship.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff, right? And that was really cool. But like the way he set it up, the way he sets up his concert, the way he does it reminded me, and this is hilarious, it's going to sound funny, reminds me of Metallica.
It's a show.
It's a fucking show. And the last big, like, so I went to Metallica a long time ago, and they were with like Powerbound 5000. It was Powerbound 5000, Metallica. It was Rob Zombie. And it was Kid Rock.
Oh, God.
It was crazy. It was at Bronco Stadium. Broncos. And they had a fucking helicopter wreck in back of the fucking stage and explode. It was on wire, the whole thing for that song, for One or whatever that one song was. And they're pyrotechnics, all this stuff. Morgan does the same thing.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing.
I've seen him twice.
Once seen Morgan Wallen?
Yeah, twice.
No shit.
Once he opened for Florida Georgia Line.
Okay.
And once I saw him in Bristol. Me and Emily went up to Bristol. So.
That's right. That was the first year you guys were here.
Yeah.
Right. So what was really neat about him being at...
Wait, hold on. First of all, who is controlling Hardy's caloric intake, by the way? Nobody, apparently.
Yeah.
What has happened to that?
So Hardy ate the old Hardy. Yeah.
That
he
dude's
only
gotta
wears
be like
hockey
280.
jerseys.
Well, he has to.
He has to. He's a rock art. I mean, like he played, it was cool. Like he played. So Ernest.
That song sold out is so sick. By the way, Ernest lost a bunch of weight and Hardy ate it all apparently.
Yeah, he found it. Ernest, terrible.
Was it good?
Not good. Could barely hear him. And they didn't adjust his audio, which was crazy.
Because he was there when we at Bristol. We saw him.
Well, they're all friends.
Yeah.
So they're all, and I say that like I know. Yeah, they're all friends. No, they run together. Period.
Yeah.
Like him, Hardy, Morgan. They're all really good friends.
Right.
Anyway, so Ernest wasn't that good. He was only on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about all he did.
He brought his son out. That was kind of neat.
Did he sing Flower Shops?
Of course.
Yeah.
With Morgan.
Oh, he came. Yeah, that's the same thing he did.
But he did it on Morgan's side.
Yeah. You can't bring Morgan out. Yeah.
So Morgan does main stage, and then he goes all the way over on the other side of the field, and they put his piano in, or he's got his piano.
Sing "Sand in My Boots."
"Sand in My Boots," which was dope.
Yeah.
They brought it up about 15, 20 feet, and it was a duck. It was all duck blind.
Oh, that's dope.
Pretty cool.
What did he open with?
He opened. Oh fuck! I knew you were gonna ask me that question. I'll tell you.
At ours, it like went black, and then the piano started playing, and he opened with "Sand in My Boots."
Oh no, yeah, he didn't open with that. That was mid-show for him. He goes, "We don't have a curfew. We're gonna go all night."
Yeah, great.
He went for like 2.5 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a long time. He played for a long time.
A really long time. They played Rocky Top. So when his last song, so he walks off the stage.
Yeah.
Last song. And then it goes dark. And then all of a sudden you get the Tennessee Tea pops up on all the screens.
Oh, that's cool.
And they start playing Rocky Top, and the fucking whole place just erupts. I've got video. It's insane. It gives me goosebumps still. It was so fucking cool. Over 80,000 people there.
Yeah.
And because obviously the back of it they didn't have, because that's where the stage was, main stage. So then he goes up to the small stage that's on the other side, about midway.
Yeah.
Eric Church walks up.
Oh, okay.
So they play a song together, which was dope. And then he did "Sand in My Boots," and then he came back to the other stage, and he had like basically 4 stages, because one went all the way out to basically the 50-yard line,
right.
And he would just run back and forth, do all his thing, blah blah blah. Him and Hardy did one. Obviously, they got one. And then, I guess Darius Rucker showed up on Sunday.
Okay.
There was a rumor that Post Malone was going to show up because he was at Bristol on Saturday, but didn't have a show on Sunday. But he didn't. He was drunk, probably.
He's not drinking anymore.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. He just forgot.
He smoked too many cigarettes, couldn't make it.
Seriously. So, but easily one of the best concerts I've ever gone to. I mean, it was unbelievable. And at the end, when they're playing Rocky Top, he comes back out, he plays the last song, and then they blow all the fireworks they do every time they score a touchdown. That was pretty fun.
Was his last song Whiskey Glasses?
can't remember. You're gonna have to ask Courtney.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just curious because like it's interesting how artists and bands change over time.
Their
like
set list does change
as their like songs get more and less popular.
Yeah. What was funny is there was a guy in front of us and to my left, or to our left rather, that had the set list and he kept rolling through and I was trying to figure out what he was doing. Well, as soon as he walked off the first time, they bounced. And then he came back. So he had already known, like he knew. I'm not into that. Like I don't want to know the footnotes. Like I just want to be a part of the deal. And it was really, dude, great fucking show. It was fantastic. The way they did it, dude, they had, so I don't know if they did this for you, but they had wristbands with LEDs on.
Oh, yeah. So we didn't do that.
Okay.
No, we didn't have that.
Do you have any idea the technology built into that shit?
I mean, I know that they light them up colors they want and they do all that shit.
Yeah, and it runs through the crowd.
Yeah. They make
like
waves
they know
and
where
shit.
you're at.
Yeah.
That was insane. That's the first time I ever seen that. That was that's crazy.
GPS. They can give out the same exact, but yeah. But they do it at all kinds of things.
It was unbelievable to watch that, and then obviously he had lasers going on. The whole nine. It was polished.
It was
very polished. Like I mean. And he like had a moment when he first came out because he hadn't played Neely.
No one, I mean, like nobody has hardly.
Well, and this is where he grew up.
Yeah,
like he went to high school right down the street. So like
it was the same thing when he played Bristol. It was like the first big stage he'd ever played in Tennessee.
Yeah, which is crazy.
He had the same moment. Like he broke down.
Right.
Like,
he did the same thing there. He was like, "This is the coolest thing I think I've ever done." I mean, I'm literally right. He said the high school everybody fucking blows up. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Like I don't know what the fucking high school. But like
Sneedville.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just it was really cool to see that. Like that dude
at Bristol, like because it was like a festival, right? So it was like it started at like 1:00, people playing, and it was like 9:30 before he came on.
Yeah,
and we had been standing in the rain for like 6 hours.
Right, and
like it was dark. Like the whole stadium was dark regardless. And then like this was before he was doing his videos of him coming out. And like it was dark, but then they brought up like his logo or whatever. So like, he's coming on soon. And then that went black. And then like he played like the first few notes of Santa Mobiles on the piano, but you don't really know, like, is it just a recording? Is he playing?
Right.
And it's still pitch black, and it's pitch black, and all you hear is, "What's up, Bristol?" And then everybody was just like, and then it spotlighted bonkers. Just him on the piano.
Yeah.
And he sang it just by himself at the piano.
Courtney told me that because I think she's seen him a couple times. The last time she saw him, he showed up in a bass boat.
Yeah, he pulled him on stage in a bass boat?
Yeah. That dude, I'm telling you, that guy, it was great. And so, you always kind of wonder how it's going to be in concert.
Yeah.
Opposed to...
It's great.
Hardy, pretty bad. Like a couple of them the problem is he just talks really. Like he doesn't have, like he started to get into it and started to sing.
Did he sing God's Country?
Yes.
Because he wrote that song.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it's funny because Courtney was like, "This isn't his." I'm like, "He wrote it."
He wrote this.
Yeah, I'm like, "No, he wrote this."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, no shit." I'm like, yeah. So that was cool. He did that. Yeah. He did Psycho, which is a great song. Like he did some of his.
Did he Sold Out?
Yeah.
That's a great song.
And he did like
Rednecker.
He did that. He did 6 Feet Under, which is a great fucking song. He did the one with him and Lainey Wilson.
He pulled that fat chick out with him.
No, he didn't.
Sunday he did then.
Maybe, yeah.
What's her name?
Wait in the Truck.
Wait in the Truck. Yeah.
Lainey Wilson.
That's Lainey Wilson. Right? But he did One Beer Sunday with Priscilla Block.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Had no idea that chick was that big, by the way. No offense, but I mean, that chick's fat.
Yeah, she's pretty big.
No, she's not big. Huge. Regardless.
I can't remember. Yeah, so... Yeah, Hardy did some great stuff, and I hadn't heard Psycho. I had no idea that I haven't listened to his newest stuff, which is rock.
Yeah. Which he does great, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah. Remember I texted you when Sold Out came out, I texted you, I said, that sounds like Kid Rock, dude.
It is. He sounds, when he sings, when he's rock, it's Kid Rock, dude. Yeah. It is crazy, the influence.
Which is fantastic.
Going back to influences. Whoop.
Yeah, Kid Rock.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Like he's got a ton of range. He's also fat as fuck.
What
Love
happened, dude?
You know what I think happened? That all went down. Like, he got really big after that fucking bus rolled.
Yeah. Which was right after we saw Morgan.
Right after Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was at Bristol.
The second year.
Okay.
At our Bristol, we saw Morgan. In the middle of the concert, he announced that they had just signed for next year also, and he was going to be there with Hardy.
Yeah.
So that was the next November after, which would have been like 22.
And after that happened, like
Hardy's bus rolled after that concert.
After that concert.
Then he got fat.
Yeah.
So he was in a near-death experience, started eating fucking honey buns.
Just like, fuck it. Can't kill me.
Like, I saw the videos from them at Neyland, and I was like, whoa. Like, homeboy, you're out there jumping around and stuff. You're going to have a heart attack.
I mean, don't get me, like, dude's, he's still got some speed.
Sure.
Like, it's crazy.
Well, momentum is what he's got.
Yeah. But you can hear it.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
you can hear it, like, when he's singing. And that's what I thought was, like, unimpressive. I was like, oh, he's trying to catch his breath and still sing the song, which is not good.
Yeah, which is a direct...
meanwhile, Morgan ran 4 miles at least, no bullshit, and just fucking ripping the whole time, which, great shape. Going all the way back to Ernest, that guy didn't walk more than 15 feet.
He didn't move 7 inches when I saw him. He leaned up against a stool and strummed his guitar.
Some cut-off jean shorts and a crop top, Tennessee crop top. That was pretty cool.
That must have been something that
they
made him do.
Right below. It wasn't really a crop top. He said, "I got a crop top that's coming out. That this bitch gets any hotter." Came out second song. It wasn't really a crop top. It was but it was. He was showing belly.
Yeah, like if he reached to be a crop top.
It was a schmedium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thankfully, the guitar was there most of the time.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
All right,
but
guys.
yeah, I mean, great wine.
Thank you. That's delicious. I'm a huge fan of that. Big fan.
Spoiler alert: we're probably gonna have that same wine.
Fuck. No, we're not. I have something totally different.
We're not on the next.
First of all,
bottle it.
you guys, this is the podcast close to Paul's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday in the comments. Happy birthday, buddy. He's like 78 years old. Second, this is the first podcast in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Friend of the podcast, friend of us.
That's right.
We're going to get him on the podcast
hopefully
soon.
in October.
Hopefully in October. There's some like logistics problems with like our layout here as far as like getting him on screen. But the best thing about that is he can't be on screen.
Yeah, so it might be just like an audio thing. Or it might just
he
be
can
this
sit
video.
His ass
right
over there with a mic.
Which would be hilarious.
See him because we were trying to figure out how we were going to blur his face.
Yeah, that's right.
Because like he's got like a...
Either way.
Yeah, he can't be seen with us.
He's a government agent.
Seriously, yeah, he's basically a spy.
Yeah, so we can't have him on the podcast. We can't have him on the podcast.
He's laughing his ass off right now. Us like he's a spy because it's just like the farthest thing from what that guy does. But like, look, I mean, I get it. Like, there are people here that cannot be seen with us.
If I wasn't us, I wouldn't want to be on this podcast.
Yeah. Seriously, you can't. We talk about fucking fish most of the time.
That's 3 or 4 episodes that we've talked about fucking fish.
But our homie, good friend of the podcast, he texted me 2 months ago, and he was like,
when all that shit first went down.
Yeah, and he was like, I think that we should recognize October as National Blowjob Month, and it shall be foreknown from here on out as Hauk-Tober. And you know what? Happy Hauk-Tober, everybody.
Happy Hauk-Tober, Hauk to you guys. We'll see you on the next one.